Sitting on the porch as the evening fades. Old man in the shadows with stories that invade. The wind howls a tune like a ghostly call. He leans in close as you'll hear their thrall. Legends of the night of things unexplained in these haunted hills where sanity's strained. He whispers soft warnings, his eyes aglow. The things that you seek are the things you don't know. Oh, the hills are alive with shadows and dread. Strange whispers in the night, like voices of the dead. Bigfoot in the thickets, dogmen on the prowl. When the darkness settles in, hear the monsters howl. He talks of old legends of foul flickering lights, mischief in the moonbeam on those restless nights. The dogman's howling a sound that chills the bone. With claws like daggers it prowls alone. And Bigfoot's shadow towering and fierce, a creature of the wild, making wanderers pierce through the foggy abyss where they shouldn't tread, knowing not all stories are merely in your head. Oh, the hills are alive with shadows and dread.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Grandpa's Old Haint Tales. Tonight, my sidekick, my partner in crime, my little sister, love her to death, Miss Cindy Sapp from Coven of Curiosities is going to come up here on Grandpa's front porch, and we're going to tell you some tales Grandpa used to tell us when we was youngins. Cindy, oh Cindy, wherefore art thou?
I'm right here, my big brother. I loved that. That was so cool. Hi, everyone. Oh, I'm so excited for tonight. We've got some good stories that Grandpa left.
Yeah.
He did an amazing job on his stories. I just love it.
Yes, he did.
Yes.
And these stories here make you scratch your head, too.
Yeah. No, they do. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely do. No doubt about that. Because even the last show that I was on, I was like, wait, what? Did that really happen? That whisper one still got me when I was on last time. And I'm sorry I missed last episode or the last Thursday. I had a busy, chaotic work week. So, but I'm glad that I'm here tonight.
I am absolutely tickled to death that you're here.
We always have a good time anyway.
Oh, yeah. We have more fun than borrow monkeys.
That's true. That's true. Your jokes and my laughs.
That's the reason why we named you Giggles about 2 years ago.
You know, all right? Exactly.
All righty, youngins. Pull you up a stump, get you a good dip of snuff, uncork a moonshine jug. Grandpa's fixing to read you some good ones. This one is the Bigfoot that walked backwards.
Oh.
And believe it or not, Yancey County, North Carolina.
Oh.
Folks up around CeeLo Peak will tell you straight. There's something in those woods that don't move anything but God intended. It ain't the size that gets you, though it's big enough to blot out the moon if it stands just right. It's the way it walks backwards. A hunter named Earl was the first to talk about it. He is tracking what he thought was a bear. Big old print sunk deep in the mud. But the longer he followed him, the more wrong it felt. Stride was too long. heel was too narrow,
Ooh.
and the toes, they pointed the wrong way.
Grandpa.
He followed the prints up a ridge, across the creek, and right towards his own cabin. That's when the hair on his arm stood up. Because the prints didn't head away from his place, they led straight to it. He stopped 50 yards out, heart thumping like a rabbit in a snare. The woods were dead quiet. No birds, no wind, just that heavy waiting silence that feels like a world's holding its breath. Then he saw it. Tall, dark shape standing beside his cabin, half hidden by the shadows. It wasn't moving,
Ooh.
just watching. And Earl realized the prints weren't backwards at all. The creature had been walking forward, but his feet was shaped wrong, like they were bent the opposite way. He raised his rifle, didn't aim, just held it like a prayer. The creature stepped sideways, smooth as smoke, and disappeared behind the cabin.
What?
Earl didn't chase it, didn't shout, didn't breathe. He backed away slow, never turning his back on the place. When he finally reached the tree line, he heard a low, rumbling breath from behind the cabin. And the barn door creaked open like something big had just slipped inside. Earl moved to town the very next week. Said he'd rather sleep in a ditch and spend one more night with something that walked like this.
Okay, that kind of gave me some goosebumps and like kind of like whoo, you know?
Oh yeah.
That's oh my gosh. Can you imagine? Oh,
Well, if
I'm
you
just
actually seen something like that in the woods, you wouldn't know what in the world to think.
no, nope. It's definitely making me scratch my head. Like, Grandpa, what the heck are you thinking?
Makes you wonder if Grandpa was a hitting the jug or if he was actually telling you some wisdom.
Right? Actually trying to educate. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow. That was good. Oh, he did such a
Well,
good job.
here's another one old Grandpa's got.
Okay.
This one's called The Dog Man at the Salt Block.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Comes from Irwin, Tennessee. There's a farmer outside Irwin, Tennessee, who kept finding his deer salt blocks dragged 20, 30 feet or more into the tree line. At first, he blamed bears. Then he thought, nah, teenagers. Then he stopped blaming anything at all because the drag marks were too clean.
Ooh.
Straight lines, no stumbling, no fall marks. Like something of the tall had picked the block up and walked off with it. One night he climbed into the barn, got into the loft with a thermos of coffee and a flashlight, determined to catch what was stealing from him. Moon was bright enough to see the field, but the woods were black as coal. Around midnight, he heard it. A slow, wet sound like something licking stone. He leaned forward, careful not to creak the boards. Down by the tree line, the salt block glowed pale in the moonlight. Something was hunched over it. Tall, thin, shape drawn.
Ooh.
Its back rose and fell with slow breaths. The shoulders were too high, too sharp, and its arms. Its arms were long enough that its elbows nearly touched the ground.
Oh.
It lifted its head, and the farmer saw a long snout glistening with salt.
Oh my gosh.
Then, God help him, the thing turned its head all the way around without moving its body. Yellow eyes locked onto that loft. Farmer didn't scream. He didn't move. Didn't blink. Creature stood up, taller than any man, taller than the barn door. And they took one slow step towards the field. Farmer dropped his flashlight. The beam hit the rafters, bounced, and lit the creature's face just long enough to see the teeth. It wasn't smiling. It wasn't snarling. It was just showing his teeth, like a warning. The farmer stayed in that loft till sunrise. When he climbed down, salt block was in its original spot, but the ground was covered in deep, human-shaped footprints with claws.
Oh my gosh. See, we got some. Grandpa's got some good ones tonight. We picked some good ones from Grandpa. Yeah. Oh my gosh. These are, I'm telling you, I'm like sitting there going, you just totally picture it, right? Oh my gosh.
Well, if you saw something other like that, you would absolutely owe your soul to Charmin.
Right? Seriously. Yeah, you definitely would be spoiled and have to sell your soul to Charmin, yes.
You'd be like Bill Cosby was that time. First you say it, then you'll do it.
Oh my gosh, I remember that show. That's so funny. Yeah, that was oof. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I've got a couple of Grandpa's short stories I would love to read and share. So the ones that I chose from Grandpa's book, this one is called, if my computer would stop, The Ghost on the Switchback. Roan Mountain. There's a stretch of switchbacks on Roan Mountain where folks swear the road ain't empty after midnight. Drivers say they see a woman standing by the guardrail. Long dress, fluttering in the wind, hair hanging like wet rope. Most folks don't stop, but one man did. He pulled over, rolled down his window, and called out, "Ma'am, are you all right?" The woman turned slow. Her neck didn't quite work right. Her face was pale, eyes dark and hollow. She stepped toward the car and asked in a voice thin as smoke, "Have you seen my boy?" The man shook his head. "No, ma'am, I haven't seen nobody." Her expression didn't change. She just whispered, "Then he's still out here," and vanished. Not walked away, not faded, just poof, gone. The man's engine died right then. Wouldn't crank, wouldn't click, wouldn't even cough. He sat there shaking, staring at the empty road. Then he heard footsteps behind the car, slow, dragging, like someone walking barefoot on gravel. He locked the doors, click, click, didn't look back, and he didn't breathe. When the footsteps stopped, the engine roared to life on its own. He drove home without looking in the rearview mirror once. The next morning, he found a small, muddy handprint on the back bumper. You know what that kind of reminds me of? Remember when I was on the NCI show and we talked about that wood witch?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it reminds me of. Because she was creepy.
Oh yeah.
Remember that?
And
That was crazy that night.
Yeah, it
when
was.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard about it or not, but I think it's down close to Raleigh or down towards the coast of North Carolina, I think.
Yeah.
There's a set of train tracks, and they claim that the train ran over a bus and killed a bunch of youngins.
Yeah.
And if you park your car there and honk a horn 3 times, your car will ease across the tracks.
Yes.
And when you get out and look, there'll be small kids' prints on the back of your car.
Yep. I've seen that on a few shows where they've tested that out and put baby powder on the back of the car and the back of the window to see if they could get, handprints. And every time I've seen the show, and they're small. They're tiny little handprints like kids. Yeah. So crazy. But that description that Grandpa gave of that woman, woo, that so reminded me of that show that we had done of that lady. She was scary.
And the funny part is that wood witch hasn't been seen since.
Really? Wow. That's interesting. Because you would think she might come back. But I think, remember, because we were talking about that on the show, and, the lady that was living there with her family, her man wasn't living there no more. And that's when all the creepiness kind of stopped. So I wonder if he had something to do with it, and not saying that he made that woman do it, but I wonder if he brought evil to the home. Because remember, we kind of talked about that.
He could very well have had something attached.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. All right. You ready for this next one? I'm a little weird, as you know. But I like Banshee stories. I just think they're awesome. I love the Banshee. It's just, it's creepy, but so good. So this next one that Grandpa has, it's called The Banshee of Big Laurel Creek. This takes place in Madison County, North Carolina. Folks say she ain't Irish. She's mountain born, a pale woman who sits on a rock in the middle of Big Laurel Creek, combing her long hair with a bone comb. Her cry ain't a scream, it's a hum. Low, steady, mournful, the kind of sound that makes your bones feel hollow. A fisherman heard it one evening, just as sun dipped behind the ridge. He thought it was a woman singing, maybe someone bathing in the creek. He stepped closer, boots crunching on the gravel. The humming stopped. The woman on the rock turned her head. Her hair hung straight down dripping like she just risen from the water. Her eyes glowed faintly blue. Her mouth, she opened her mouth, if I can even talk tonight. She opened her mouth, and the hum rolled out like cold wind, rattling the leaves on the bank. The fisherman stumbled back. The hum grew louder, vibrating the air, shaking the water. Then it stopped. The woman vanished, not into the water, just gone. The next morning, someone in the valley passed away, and the fisherman swears he heard that same hum drifting through the holler the night before, calling their name. That one was kind of interesting. Grandpa did good on that one. That one was interesting. Gave it a little twist on that one.
Oh, yeah. Not
Definitely.
too far from where Big Laurel is at. The French Broad River runs right parallel with Big Laurel over there.
Yeah.
There's some creepy stories on that river.
Really? Do you know any of them?
Well, a few of them. I don't know the whole entire story, but I can get a hold of them.
Okay.
One of them is there's supposed to be several sirens that lives on that river.
Really?
They will lead you down to the river, and they'll be in the form of a very beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get out there in that river with her, that's when she turns into a monster and drowns you.
Wow. Really? That's so, oh my gosh. No, thank you. That's what they say though about mermaids. They look all beautiful, but once they get you near that water, the sirens they'll get you in that water and they'll drown you and take you. So
it's like those old stories about the lady in the lake.
Yes. I actually have a story about a lady in the lake that I did, that I actually wrote myself. I'll have to share that sometime. Yeah. It's really good. I enjoyed writing that one.
And here's
Are we going to
Grandpa.
share another one?
Here's one from Grandpa's book.
Okay.
This one's called Bigfoot's Shadow on Klingman's Dome.
Okay.
This is on the Tennessee side of the Great Smoky Mountains.
Okay.
Rangers closing the tower say they see a silhouette up there after dark. 8 feet tall, broad shoulders, long arms, never moves. And it never speaks. Just stands there, looking out over the mountains like it owns the whole range. One ranger climbed the stairs one night, thinking a hiker had stayed too long. His flashlight beam shook as he climbed. The air felt heavy, thick, like the tower itself was holding its breath. When he reached the top, the platform was empty, but the metal railing was warm, like something big had been leaning on it just seconds before. He turned to leave and heard a deep, rumbling breath behind him. He spun around. Nothing was there but a shadow on the ground. That shadow wasn't his. It was taller, broader, standing right beside him. He didn't run. He didn't scream. He just walked down those stairs slow as a funeral march, never looking back. When he reached the bottom, the shadow was gone. But the tower creaked behind him, like something heavy had stepped back on the platform.
What? Okay. These are really scary tonight. Like seriously, it's scaring me like woo, big time tonight.
Could that have been a ghost of a dead Bigfoot that used to roam the mountains?
Could have been. Definitely could have been.
And here's another one from Grandpa's old book. The Dog Man Under the Greenbrier Bridge.
Ooh.
And this comes out of Cobb County, Tennessee.
Okay.
There's an old concrete bridge over Greenbrier Creek. The kind with moss growing up the sides, water running cold enough to numb your bones. Kids used to dare each other to go down there after dark, whistle under that arch and wait and see if anything answered. Most of them never heard anything, but every now and then somebody did. One summer night, 3 boys snuck out with a flashlight that barely worked and a pocket full of bravado. They climbed down the embankment, boots sliding on loose gravel, and stood under the bridge where the creek echoed like a hollow drum. Go on, one boy said. Whistle. The youngest did. A shaky little tune that bounced off the concrete and drifted into the trees. Silence. Then a whistle came back. Same tune, same rhythm, but slower, and a lot closer. The boys froze. The flashlight flickered. The creek seemed to stop moving. The oldest whispered, "Do it again." The youngest whistled, just 2 notes this time. 2 notes came back, right behind them. The flashlight died. Something splashed the water, heavy, deliberate, like a grown man stepping into the creek. The boys backed down towards the bank, hearts hammering, breath shaking. Then they saw him. 2 yellow eyes glowing from the waterline, just above the surface, not floating nor drifting, just watching.
Oh.
The eyes rose higher and higher until a long snout broke the surface, water streaming off the dark fur. The creature stood up, towering over the creek, shoulders hunched, claws dripping. It didn't growl, didn't lunge, didn't even chase, just tilted its head and whistled their tune back at them. The boys scrambled up the bank, tearing their hands on the roots and the rocks. When they reached the road, they didn't stop running until they hit the first porch light. The next morning, the sheriff found long claw marks carved into the bridge wall. 5 deep grooves, spaced like fingers. And the creek, it ran quiet for a week.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. These are really, really creepy tonight. I'm sorry. They're great. I love them. They're absolutely good. But man, I'm just, just being a little kid and your flashlight goes out. I'd have an accident big time.
Oh, yeah. It'd be a charming moment for sure.
Oh my goodness.
Here's one from Grandpa told from my backyard.
Okay. All right.
This is the ghost lights of Burnsville Overlook.
Okay.
Off of NC-80. Like I said, it's my backyard.
Oh. Like literally.
literally in my backyard because I live right dead and under Mount Mitchell, North Carolina. Elevation 6,684 feet, highest point east of the Mississippi.
Wow. Okay. Well, this is going to be good.
Oh, yeah. There's a pull-off on NC-80 where folks stop to look out over the valley. Beautiful in the day, wrong at night. Locals say if you stand there after midnight, you'll see the blue lights drifting across the overlook. Soft, slow, like lanterns carried by invisible hands. A couple driving home late decided to stop and stretch their legs. The air was cool, the sky was clear, and the valley below was nothing but a shadow. Then the lights appeared. Two at first, pale blue, floating just above the treetops. They moved slow, weaving back and forth like they were searching for something. The woman whispered, "Fireflies?" The man shook his head. Fireflies don't glow steady, and they sure don't move uphill. The lights drifted closer, rising towards the overlook. The couple stepped back toward their car, but the lights kept coming. Brighter, now pulsing like heartbeat. Then they heard it, a slow rumble, like distant thunder, rolling up from the valley floor. The lights shot upward, fast as sparks from a fire, and hovered right above the guardrail. The air turned cold. The woman's breath fogged. Man reached for the car door, and one of the lights darted towards him, stopping inches from his face. Inside the glow, he swore he saw a shape, a hand, small, calloused like a logger's hand. The light flickered, then shot back into the valley, disappearing into the trees. The couple sped off, gravel flying. Later that week, an old-timer told them the truth. Those lights ain't ghosts. It's a warning. The last time the lights climbed that ridge like that, a landslide hit the valley the next morning. And sure enough, the next day, the road below the overlook was buried under 6 feet of rock.
Okay, so that one, I feel that one's true. It doesn't, I think that one is really true. I think it did happen.
Sort of reminds me a little dab of the Brown Mountain Lights that sent straddle of the McDowell and Burke County line. I've seen those lights about 13 or 14 different times.
Have you? Oh my gosh, really?
It's not swamp gas.
Okay.
It's not nobody down there with a lantern. If you go up there in the daytime at the Wiseman's Overlook off of Highway 105.
Yeah.
You go down to that overlook in daylight. Naturally, the river is wider than this, but the river down there looks like it's about that wide.
Wow.
Looks like it's about 1.5 to 2 inches on a. Hold on just 1 second.
Okay.
Never mind. I don't have it with me. The insulin pump just died, so if anybody hears a whistle, that's what it is. But anyways, the terrain down there is daggum treacherous and rocky. There's no way that it's anybody running up and down the creek with a lantern.
Yeah.
Legend has it, I think it was the Choctaw and the Cherokee had a war down there in that valley
Yeah.
in the Linville Gorge, and a lot of the maidens were looking for their warrior husbands, never found them.
What?
And so their
Really?
spirit is still down there looking for them till this day.
Really? Oh my
And you
gosh.
and you don't see those lights all the time.
Right. Okay.
Last time I was up there was just after a real good thunderstorm. We saw the lights then, but the fog came up green in color, and it looked just exactly like battlefield smoke. Didn't look like fog, didn't act like fog.
So interesting.
It is a extremely creepy place.
Really. I would love to go though.
And the funny part was
Yeah.
we got bluff charged while we were up there.
No.
Have no idea whether it was Bigfoot or Dogman. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
The tree was 14 feet in front of me, and the tree still had leaves on it. That tree was every bit of about 8 feet tall. It was a poplar tree, probably 4 to 5 inches in diameter, shook
Okay.
extremely violent. Couldn't tell what it was. Only thing I had with me as a weapon was a flashlight and a pocket knife because it's federal property. I was afraid to take my firearm with me.
Yeah.
And when I finally got to looking after everything calmed down in about 45 seconds, I got to looking with a flashlight. There's no way it could have been anybody because 2 steps behind that tree, it's over 200 feet to the bottom.
Oof.
One wrong move and it's
Dunzo.
when you hit the bottom, the groundhogs is guaranteed to bring you your mail.
Right.
You're not going to make it. So whatever it was, I don't know if it was a ghost, don't know if it was Dogman, don't know if it was Bigfoot, but we definitely got bluff charged twice.
So well, it's known for Bigfoot or watchers or wherever you might, whatever you call them in your area, but they're known to do that, right? To shake the trees, going chaotic and everything, right?
If you're in their way or you're between them and their juvenile, whether it be a juvenile Dogman or juvenile Bigfoot, either one,
Yeah.
they will bluff charge you like a bear, but a bear,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, will pop them teeth. There was no teeth popping. It was just tree shaking, and we were the only ones in the area. There wasn't nobody within a 5-mile radius.
What? So no, not even a growl or a whoo or not tree knock, nothing. Just all of a sudden the tree is shaking like crazy. Oh.
It sounded like a bulldozer coming through the woods when it run up and hit that tree.
That's so in your mind, I know you don't know what it was, but what in your mind, what do you think it might have been?
It was either a Bigfoot or a Dogman one doing a bluff charge. Had to have been.
It sounds like
I've never been bluff charged by an apparition on any paranormal investigation that I've ever been on.
Yeah.
Now,
Wow.
I've been screamed at and been told to leave and go away more times than I can count. But as far as having an entity just run up into my face, I've never witnessed that.
Yeah. Well, and you had that your body affected. Remember, you were talking about that on my show. when
Yeah.
you were out
Now,
at that cemetery.
I've gotten sick,
Yeah.
and that's the only time I've ever had anything like that happen. And I was in a graveyard when that happened, but we wasn't picking up any Bigfoot or Dogman sign either one. So in my
Right.
opinion, it wasn't infrasound.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not convinced that apparitions don't have the ability to do it because I've not read any reports that they can. So I'm not going to lean that way. I just lean of what I've experienced and what I know. Only thing I can figure out is what caused me to get extremely sick was that guy that had his tombstone desecrated.
Right.
I could have resembled the person that did it.
You could have, yeah. Yeah. Well, you know what the thing of it is though is that whether people are believers or not, and stuff. I am a believer, as you know. And I go out and investigate with my team and stuff, but there's evidence of spirits, entities, poltergeists, where they're literally lifting up furniture and it's flying in the air, and who's to say that they can't maybe shake a tree? I'm not saying that was the case, but I'm saying, there's that possibility that
Yeah, the
it could have
possibility
been.
is always there.
Yeah, but it does kind of sound like to me possibly a Bigfoot or a dog man. I know you couldn't really see, or you couldn't see what it was, but for it to, and it was shaking violently, right? Like super crazy.
Extremely violent, enough to jerk leaves off the tree.
Dang. And that's not something we can do as humans, like, not that size.
No.
Unless you're like this big burly man.
Well,
Sorry.
if whoever it was had decided to pursue what it had in mind to begin with, all three of us would be standing here today.
Probably, yeah.
Because behind me was a rock wall about waist high.
Yeah.
And you're looking at probably 800 feet to the bottom.
Oi.
Because there was nowhere to go.
Right.
You had to go by that tree in order to get out of there.
Wow.
You couldn't go backwards because it was instant death if you did. So you had two choices: either jump to your death or let something other eat you. So we chose the path of being eat, which didn't happen. And then when we got back up to the other landing, and everything calmed down, we realized there wasn't no footprints, but there's leaves jerked out of the tree. We never could figure out what it was. Never did actually see the creature that did it.
So that's just, it's crazy when you're out. I mean, I haven't experienced that. I've experienced paranormal, but I'm waiting for the day to experience the things that you guys got to experience with Bigfoot or a dogman. I would love to be able to see a dogman, firsthand. I wouldn't say like face to face, but I'd probably have a heart attack. But I know it sounds kind of crazy too, but I know I kind of mentioned to you because I did a story on a raven mocker. I have an 8-page story that I told you that I would like to share on the show maybe one of these times. But I don't know what it is, but I have this need and want to. I know it's, they say it's 4 or whatever, but I really want to see one.
You're not the only one. I want to see one at a distance where I can throw up a camera lens quick enough and get it picture, and somebody analyze it any way they want to, and come to the conclusion at the end of the day and say, you actually caught this creature on film. This is not AI. It's not Photoshop. It's not anything of the sort. That's on my bucket list.
Yep. And I know this is going to, or go ahead. Sorry.
Or if I can get enough DNA evidence, whether it be a blood sample off of a barbed wire fence, a rock, tuft of hair, or whatever. We then sent one hair sample off. We knew what it was from the get-go. We didn't tell them what it was when we sent it off. We sent it to North Carolina State University, and it came back as an unidentified primate.
What? Okay.
So we are happy with that conclusion.
I bet you are.
We didn't tell them where we got it.
Yeah. Oh, no. It's probably a good idea that you don't. Anyway, yeah.
No, that's not a good idea to tell somebody where you got it.
No.
I know a lot of people in the audience and a lot of people in the general public kind of thinks it's a little bit on the crazy side, but if the MIBs or the game wardens or anybody else on a federal level finds that out,
yeah,
your life as you know it is shot.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will destroy you, discredit you, besmirch you any which way possible, and basically you'll have to leave and go somewhere else where people do not know you in order to continue with a new life, because it's not going. The turnout's not going to be too well for you. I was listening to I think it was Vic Cundiff one night. This was about 3 or 4 years ago. I'm gonna make a short version of the story real quick. This lady had been reporting that her 9-year-old daughter had been seeing something other in the backyard of a night.
Okay.
Well, this goes on for several months. Well, she gets scared, and a friend of hers, he's an ex-Marine, lives about, give or take, 400 yards down the road. Well, she tells him what's going on, wants to know what the deal is.
Yeah.
He said, well, if it's a bear, shoot it. He didn't know. It wasn't on his radar.
Right.
And then it was supposedly in the state of Florida. Well, lo and behold, she shoots it with a .357 Magnum. Sends her daughter to his house.
Yeah.
He goes down there to make sure that it was a bear. It wasn't a bear. It was an 8-foot tall Bigfoot. She calls the game warden. First mistake. Game warden rolls up. She actually tells him what she has shot. They roll up in a Ford F-250 with a 12-foot bed. Now, how many car lots can you go to and buy factory to the general public a 12-foot bed?
I don't know of any.
They knew what she had got. They were 8 of them showed up in her yard. They arrest her, take her to jail, put the Bigfoot in the back of the truck. They vacuum her yard to make it look like nothing had ever happened. Another group of 6 individuals rolls up in a black SUV at the same time. I'll give you 3 guesses, and the first 2 don't count. Who's in the black SUV?
Like the Men in Black type guys.
Exactly.
Yep.
The next day, guess who shows up on her property?
The federal government.
The military.
Oh.
Her neighbor goes across the street to find out what's going on. They tell him right real quick, classified information you don't need to know. 45 minutes later, he hears gunfire 2 miles out into the woods.
What?
Big black helicopter comes across, lands just out of sight, about 2 miles out into the woods. 30 minutes later, helicopter takes off. It has an object hanging from ropes and under the helicopter.
Oh.
They leave. The woman comes back, sells her property, leaves. She had been arrested for shooting a bear out of season. She was banned from ever getting a hunting and fishing license ever again. They froze her bank account. She had to borrow money from him to leave town on until her bank account became unfroze. Then she wired the money back to him. And supposedly this happened 10 years ago.
Wow. How quickly her whole life got turned upside down. Just that quick.
It's thousand wonders they didn't take her daughter away from her.
Oh my gosh.
But seeing that she was in the care of that ex-Marine, I don't think they wanted to push it.
So do you think, this is a question, because I've been meaning to ask this when I've been on shows and stuff, and then I forget. But do you think that when the military is out there, that they're not really shooting, but they're tranquilizing the cryptids so they can take them to wherever?
Anything's possible.
I mean, they probably are doing something on them, you would think. Maybe. I don't know.
Well, theory has it that in certain areas, the reason why there's a lot of dogman sightings, the government is bioengineering the dogmen.
I've heard that.
And supposedly the dogmen are sterile. But if you get to watching on the I think it's called Deep Blue Sea, I think is the name of the movie, where they had those mako sharks bioengineered.
Yes. That's one of my favorite movies. Yep.
For some kind of cancer treatment or something or other. Then all of a sudden, those makos reprogram their body to make them be able to reproduce.
Yep.
My theory is, even though they bioengineered them to be sterile, they reprogrammed their DNA and reprogrammed their whole system and re-jump-started their reproductive system.
Well,
and if they made it with wolves and whatnot, there's no telling, and the government can't control them because they've gained the ability that they're not going to listen.
Right. But my question is then too, like, if they're doing that, who's to say though that they're not making a hybrid Bigfoot and a dogman together to making some powerful military soldier? I mean, there's movies that are out there that are like that. You know what I mean? And you know, I mean, just like the what's that? The movie where they're taking the DNA of the dinosaurs and the lizard, or reptiles, and Jurassic Park, and doing all that. Who's to say hasn't been going on for a long freaking time? You know what I mean?
Hitler was notorious for it.
What's that?
Adolf Hitler was notorious for that.
Was he? I didn't know about that part about him. Really?
Russia was notorious for it, and so was China.
Oh yeah. China I can definitely see. I didn't realize though that Hitler was doing that as well. I mean, he did some horrific things anyway, but
how come we found that out? The scientists that defected from Germany that came over here and surrendered and pledged allegiance to the United States to work for us, they spilt beans. That's the only way they could stay. They spilt beans.
Wow.
Because they know if they went back even after Hitler was took out of the picture, that there would
Yeah.
still be sleeper cells of the Nazi SS troops that were still over there, and probably
Yeah.
still till today they are. They'd be instantly killed the very minute they stepped on German soil.
Mm-hmm. And then real quick, because Grace had asked if I know I shook my head, yes. But Grace
Mm-hmm.
asked if I live in California. Yes, I definitely do. I'm in Southern California. And yeah, I mean, they like she mentioned here that they can shoot them, but we can't. We can't. It's just crazy that they can. I do. I feel strongly that they probably use a tranquilizer to knock them out. And just like they do a horse, they probably use maybe a horse tranquilizer, who knows, but to take them out and or not take them out, but to make them go to sleep and take them wherever they're taking them to and doing who knows what. You're welcome, Grace. So
I totally agree.
yeah, it's
Well, do you want to do the Banshee and the Hemlocks, and then we'll pull the plug?
yeah, I'll do that.
All right, I'll let you do that one and let you close the show out.
Okay.
Because I appreciate everybody that's come up on the porch to sit and listen to Grandpa's old Haint tales. We're going to tell you one more.
Yep.
Miss Cindy, since she loves Banshee tales, I just looked through Grandpa's book. I thought, I'm going to let her tell this one. Youngins, come back to this each and every Tuesday and Thursday night at 9 p.m. for Grandpa's old Haint tales. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're live on the NCI channel and live on the Coven of Curiosities channel, which belongs to Miss Cindy.
Yes.
You can't go wrong.
No, we can't. I love this. I love having all this fun with you. It's great. All right. So the Banshee and the Hemlocks, Black Mountain Range. There's a stand of hemlocks up, huh?
Say that again? That's also just down the road.
Really? This one too? Oh my goodness, Grandpa. I tell you, he's really got you picked out some good stories that Grandpa wrote, man. These are good. All right. Black Mountain Range. There's a stand of hemlocks up on the ridge where the branches twist together so tight they block out the moon. Folks say a woman lives up there, or what's left of one, whispering names from the treetops. Excuse me. A hiker passing through late one evening heard someone say his name. Soft, close, too close. He spun around, flashlight shaking, nothing but trees. He kept walking. The whisper came again, this time from above. He shined his light into the branches. Something pale shifted between the needles. Long hair, long arms, the face too white to be alive. The figure perched on a limb like a bird, head tilted, eyes glowing faintly blue. She whispered his name again, but it wasn't a question. It was a warning. The wind died. The woods went still, and the hemlocks began to sway, even though the air was dead and calm. The hiker backed away, boots crushing on the needles. The figure crawled along the branch, moving too smooth, too quiet, like she weighed nothing at all. Then she dropped from the tree, not falling, not landing, just appearing on the ground without a sound. I'm sorry, I'm getting freaked out reading this. Okay. She stepped toward him, her hair dragging across the forest floor. Her mouth opened and a long, low hum rolled out, vibrating the air. The hiker ran until his lungs burned. When he reached the trailhead, the humming stopped. But the next morning, he found his name carved into the bark of the hemlock, deep, clean, and fresh. Okay, that one freaked me. I'm like reading it going, oh my gosh. Woo! Okay. Wow.
Well, like Roscoe P. Coltrane would say, that'll put a quiver in your liver.
It sure did. It did. I was really starting to get freaked out reading this dang story. Oh my gosh. Good job on picking out Grandpa stories tonight.
He's got quite a few.
Yeah, I know. The book is massive.
It is.
Like, we've got a lot of stories to go through.
Yes, we do.
It's going to take a long time. Oh my gosh, that kind of just, oof. Oh, man. That one was no joke. I feel like that, I don't know. I feel like that one, I didn't scratch my head on that one. That one felt really super real. Even while, like I said, while reading it, it really freaked me out. Wow.
Grandpa knew how to keep us little heathen youngins inside at night.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like he's experienced that. Like that was him telling the story. I don't know. Whew. God. Yeah, I was getting freaked out reading it. I'm not kidding. Oh my goodness. Whew. All right. Well, I'm ready for Thursday.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till Thursday. Grandpa's got some more that'll curl your coffee cup.
Robert, I got to have you teach me all these little things that that just pops out your mouth. It's so funny. I don't know how you come up with all this stuff. Like I can do it on occasion, but you're so good at just saying things, and it's so freaking funny how you can remember stuff too. Well, I think I got more part-timers than you do.
Well, I've got part-timers, some-timers, all-timers, any-timers, and every great now and then timers.
Right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we can't wait. Next Thursday, guys, check us out. And again, you can watch us on Tuesdays and Thursdays and listen to Grandpa's Old Tales. That book is massive. So we've got plenty to tell. Plenty.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And we want to thank everybody that comes in here and
yes.
listens to it. And
absolutely.
If you would, just tell your friends, your family, anybody you come in contact with that loves some good old mountain Haint tales from Grandpa.
Yep. Definitely see you guys on Thursday. Yeah. And I'll make sure I send out some messages to friends too to come join and sit on the porch. Absolutely. So
we got a big enough porch to hold everybody.
Yeah, we do. That's true. So Robert, if people want to get a hold of you, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, if you want to send me an email, send it to nci.rob. No, whoa. I was about to give you my confounded Instagram. Never mind. Well, that's part of that Alzheimer's are kicking in.
Right.
I'm going to have to tell Grandpa he's going to have to put some more white lightning in this jug. Yet again, it might be too much. Who knows?
Right. Good night, Grace.
That's the reason why I keep this jug like it is. You don't know what's in that jug.
Nope, sure don't.
But if you want to send me an email, send it to nci.rge@gmail.com, or you can catch me on TikTok at cryptid.investigations, North Carolina Investigates on TikTok. I've been telling everybody, I just discovered this today. I've been telling everybody wrong how to find me on TikTok. And it just popped up today, and I was like, you got to be bloody kidding me. Oh, well, a lot of people's found me, but they probably had to go through the hard way to find it. But or you can find me on Instagram at nci.rob on Instagram, or you can find me on Facebook, or you can find me Tuesdays and Thursday nights right here at Grandpa's Old Haint Tales and on the NCI show at 7 p.m. Live always. We're uncut, unfiltered, unscripted.
Yep.
So
it's the best way to do it.
Absolutely.
Best way to do it. It's more real, all bloopers and all, even my bloopers. When I read, it's because I get a little nervous sometimes, but the stories really scared me.
When I was in school, it wrecked my nerves. I couldn't do it.
Same. I still get a little nervous.
I was about like Bill Tillis. If it got to the point of no return, I just about have to sing it.
Right.
And nobody wants to hear me sing because I sing tenor.
Oh, okay. You know how to sing that?
Oh, I sing tenor, 10 or 11 miles away. I also sing solo. So long you can't hear me.
Oh my gosh. They're so good. I love them. You always crack me up.
But my singing is kind of like two sore-tailed tomcats getting their tail caught in a screen door.
Oh my goodness. All right. And if anybody wants to get a hold of me and be a guest on Covenant Curiosity Podcast, you can reach me at Covenant Curiosity Podcast or pod@gmail.com. You can find me on the show here at Grandpa's Old Haint Tales with Rob. And you can also find me on, obviously, Covenant Curiosity Podcast on YouTube. And I'm also on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of it. It's super easy to find me. I'm not going to do the Instagram because I own all the underscores and it takes too long to say. But I also have additional people on my, I have a bigger coven now too. I wanted to mention that. Yeah, I've got Donna Copus and Mandy and Rick Stentler. They are just been absolutely amazing. I love having everybody on, and we just have such a great time. And we enjoyed having you on. It was so much fun, and can't wait to have you back on as a guest co-host. So we're excited for that. But you can also find me on Monsters Unleashed as well. I became a part of that just recently, not too long ago. So I've been super excited about that. And then also I have a show with my good friend Joy. And we do haunted and hunted case files where we talk about true crime. So, and then we actually have a show tomorrow, 7:00 Pacific Standard Time. And Covenant Curiosities is Sundays at 2 Pacific Standard Time. And then obviously I'm on here with you at 6 my time. So, and then Monsters Unleashed is Saturday. I have a lot of shows that I'm doing. Just like you've got a lot going on too.
Oh, yeah. I got to find time to hit the woods.
Yeah. I know. And actually, I'll be out in Ohio hopefully very, very soon, but I'll be in Kentucky very soon, and I'll be able to actually meet everyone instead of just through our computer. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, Can't wait. But that is it, folks. Good eve, or have a good night, and we'll catch you on Thursday evening. Thanks for joining.
All righty. With that, ladies and gentlemen, be good, behave, be pretty, and bicycle.
Bicycle.
Sitting on the porch as the evening fades, old man in the shadows with stories that invade. The wind howls a tune like a ghostly call. He leans in close as you'll hear their thrall. Legends of the night, of things unexplained in these haunted hills where sanity's strained. He whispers soft warnings, his eyes aglow. The things that you seek are the things you don't know. Oh, the hills are alive with shadows and dread, strange whispers in the night, like voices of the dead. Bigfoot in the thickets, dogmen on the prowl. When the darkness settles in, hear the monsters howl. He talks of old legends of foul flickering lights, mischief in the moonbeam on those restless nights. The dogman's howling a sound that chills the bone, with claws like daggers it prowls alone. And Bigfoot's shadow towering and fierce, a creature of the wild, making wanderers pierce through the foggy abyss where they shouldn't tread, knowing not all stories are merely in